I'm gonna tow my boat with my Cybertruck 100 miles to the lake and 100 miles back. Let's see if I can make it. We're here in Newport Beach and we're taking our boat down to a lake in San Diego. I'm really curious to see how the Cybertruck tows. We've never tried it before, so we'll see. As you all know, the Cybertruck can tow 11,000 pounds. My boat and my trailer is about 3,500 pounds, but Tesla says that the aerodynamics of the load matter a lot more than the weight, and boats are not very aerodynamic, so we'll see realistically how many miles I can go before I have to recharge. So the cool thing about the Cybertruck is that when you connect your trailer, it automatically puts you in trailer mode. It puts all of the settings up here. You have your brake gain, your brake boost, and it has a trailer light test, which we're gonna do right now. They're blinking, yeah. That's cool. So it basically just does like a little emergency flash. This is my husband, Corey. He's gonna be doing the real heavy lifting today. Our designated driver. I'm just the passenger princess and the videographer. Okay, Corey, how many watt hours do you think we're gonna get per mile? What do you think?
So the Cybertruck has a 123 kilowatt hour battery pack, and we started off at about 99%. We had to drive a few miles to the marina to get here. And so basically, if you divide that by how many miles you want to go, if you wanted to go 200 miles, you would be, check my math, but you'd be around 615 watt hours per mile or less of consumption to make that happen. So we're gonna kind of keep a close eye on that and monitor it as we go through this drive. I'm not really sure if we're gonna have to stop anywhere and supercharge or not. So it's kind of gonna just be an experiment here just to see realistically towing this size of boat, which is a fairly small boat, how far we'll be able to go.
You probably heard, but we also have little man along for the ride. Hopefully he takes his nap soon. Hi, baby. So our navigation says we have about 94 miles. So like I said, about 100 to get to the lake. All right, so we just got off the 73 heading out of Newport. If you know anything about the 73, there is a lot of ups and downs, and so that really affects your mileage. So right now, if you can see that, it looks like we're getting about 843 watt hours per mile. We're expecting and hoping that to lower and even out as the road is a lot flatter, mostly from here on out, but time will tell, which is so cute. Look at him. So two things I want to say is check out the cameras. Obviously you have the boat blocking your view, but I still think it's really nice visibility. And something else that we were just noticing is how quiet the cabin is. Just let you listen for a second. It's like we are driving, what, almost 60 in a truck, pulling a boat. And I hardly hear the road noise. Like, that's amazing. Corey, how does it feel to drive? Tell us about it.
Yeah, it feels really great to drive, very stable, very smooth. In the past, towing, my experience has been typically we will rent a Ram 2500 to take the boat out to the lake or go to Havasu or go to
big boy truck.
Yeah, it's a big boy truck. So going out to Havasu or Powell or something like that. But my gosh, driving the Cybertruck is amazing because you have all the benefits of driving the Tesla, yet you are towing something that you probably wouldn't have been able to do before. I have towed this boat before with the Model Y, and while that's an okay experience, really the range is, that's the problem. It's a pretty big draw on your battery. So typically in the past in the Model Y, we've gotten maximum 100 miles towing this boat. So I'm really happy that the Cybertruck seems to be performing a lot better, and we're gonna get some more range out of this puppy and make it to the lake without having to charge, which is just fantastic.
So the weather is not great. Hopefully it's better when we go a little inland. It's definitely misting. So the moment we've all been waiting for. Hit it. Oh yeah. Oh, it doesn't even do it justice. It's massive. We're almost halfway there, 54 miles to go. And our state of charge is now at 36. When we started out, I believe had estimated that we would get there with 33. So if anything, it's doing better than expected, which is good. I know a lot of people hate on Tesla for their estimations, but they've definitely gotten a lot better in the last couple of years, I have to say. And the fact that it's doing so well, estimating it with a trailer load, I think is pretty impressive. The software thinks that I have like a SUV like riding my butt the whole time, even though it's literally the boat. It's kind of funny. Like, that would be an easy change. Like, oh, if it's in tow mode, like you can choose if you're towing a trailer or a boat, and it could like render that. But you know, Tesla software engineers have bigger problems to fix than that, like maybe full self-driving or something. Okay, driver, how does the suspension feel?
Yeah, so to answer your question, you have to look at gas trucks, and you'll notice that most gas trucks don't have air suspension. They have pretty heavy-duty springs. And when you see a gas truck going down the freeway towing something heavy, you'll notice that the rear end of that truck is kind of pulled down by the weight of the trailer. And that's not happening here at all on the Cybertruck because of the adaptable air suspension. The Cybertruck maintains a perfectly level and perfectly flat air suspension. So when you're driving, it feels great. Mm-hmm. And of course, no matter how much cargo you have in the bed, how many people you have in the back of the cab here, it's going to keep the truck level, which is really a fantastic feature.
Too bad we don't have full self-driving. Although, I don't think we could use that anyways, right?
Yeah, it doesn't work in tow mode. At least it doesn't
bummer.
Currently work in tow mode on the Model X or the Model Y. Mm-hmm. But you never know in the future. I mean, it is a possibility.
I'm sure it'll get good enough that they'll feel like it's safe to allow it, but right now they're just being conservative, which makes sense.
At least basic autopilot would be nice for towing, with the basic lane keeping features, because currently the only feature that you can use is cruise control, which I'm using right now and is great. The Cybertruck also has an interesting feature. It does allow you to use your right scroll wheel here as to activate the trailer brakes. So that's actually a feature of the trailer mode rather, that wasn't present on the Model X or the Model Y, but kind of a nice touch for them to add that.
It is just a gloomy day by the coast. I really hope that we get some better weather for our lake day. Doesn't look good right now. I was just wondering, at our current rate of consumption, how many miles we would be able to go. So the quick math would be 123,000, which is our battery capacity of the Cybertruck, divided by what we're at, which is 716 watt hours per mile. So that works out to be around 172. So 172 miles on one charge is great while towing. To put that in perspective, on our Model Y, we usually get about 100 miles?
100 miles.
Yeah. So when we bought the Cybertruck, we were really hoping we could at least go 150, maybe on the upper limit 175. So we're looking really good.
All right, so we've got off the 5 freeway and we are headed to East County, San Diego. The lake that we're going to is actually a water reservoir for drinking water called the San Vicente Reservoir. And if you've ever been to East County, San Diego before, you know that it's a bit inland, and so we're about to hit some hills here. So our strategy is just going to bring down our speed probably to about 55, 56 miles an hour. Just keep it nice and easy as we go up some of these hills and climb a little bit of elevation. We are almost to the lake. We are about 17 miles out, so not much further to go. Our state of charge projection is looking to be about 40%, which is quite a bit higher than what we had originally expected. What was our estimate to begin with again? 33. It was about 33. So all things considered, we're feeling really good and excited to get the boat in the water. So we'll see you at the lake.
We just made it to the lake. All right, so drum roll please. The final stats after the trip. We are at 729 watt hours per mile. That was our final average getting to the lake, and our state of charge is at 38%. So that's better than we anticipated, even better than what the Tesla estimated, which is great. Yeah, so we're gonna launch the boat, have a fun lake day, and then we'll check back on our way home. All right, we are launching the boat. Well, I sort of missed it, unfortunately. I was in the bathroom, but at least I got this part. Sorry, your boat hand did not help you. All right, so we're back on the road after a super fun lake day, and we are at 36%. So it is taking us to a supercharger in about 45 minutes from now to charge up. So we will check in then. We told it to take us to one of our preferred superchargers in the area, which is in San Clemente. Look at this. It's saying that we're going to get there at 1%, which is a little risky. So we might not be able to do that. We might not be able to make it. We're really just going to have to get on the road and just let it adjust and see how it goes. But yeah, ideally we would stop in San Clemente, but that might not be happening today. So we had to reroute to a closer supercharger because it was saying we were going to get to the other one at 1% battery, which is just too close for comfort. So now we're about to pull up to the other one.
So we are pulling up to the supercharger in Vista, California. And if you are familiar with the Orange County, San Diego area, you kind of know that between Orange County and San Diego, we have Camp Pendleton military base. So there's really not much in the way of chargers kind of between Orange County and San Diego. So our last option here was Vista, and we're going to go ahead and take it. The ETA, or estimated state of charge, that we were looking at for getting to San Clemente was 0.1%, and we were already going 50 miles an hour. So that's a little too close for comfort. And if you've done any considerable amount of driving in Southern California, you know that going 50 miles an hour on a highway is really just unacceptable and honestly kind of dangerous. So we want to make sure that we can maintain our speed and at least, you know, be up there in 60, 65 miles an hour. So we're going to pull into Vista here, charge up for a few minutes, see where we...
Probably not going to find a pull-through charger.
No, there's not going to be a pull-through charger here, so we're probably going to have to unhook, which is not a big deal. It just takes a few extra minutes to kind of get things sorted.
This is the bummer about most charging locations, is if they don't have a pull-through that's specifically for trailered things and boats, then you gotta find an empty space and do this, which every time we've done it, we've been lucky enough to find enough in the parking lot to be able to comfortably unhook our boat, move our car, and charge. And he's so good at it. He does it so fast. It really doesn't take too long. But when you get to that charger with the pull-through, it's glorious. So Tesla, we need more pull-through chargers. Of course, this is not really a good location for it. As you can see, it's not a very big charger. But it would be great to have one between here, or between Newport and the lake in San Diego. Just started our charge. Let's go see how long it says we need to make it home. How long does it say we need a charge to make it home? Or is it still thinking?
It looks like it's telling us we need about 8 minutes.
That's it?
Yeah, not too much.
That's not bad.
We'll probably charge for a little longer than that.
Not to the marina, so we should.
Yeah.
It'll be even shorter.
Yeah, it's a good question if this takes into account the trailer weight or not. So I'm not sure because we just unhooked. So we'll give it a shot.
We're gonna We're going to charge longer than it says. Use a bathroom break and see how we do. All right, so we are done with dinner and back on the road. It's saying we got about an hour to go, 60 miles, and we'll arrive at 38%. And what time is it? It's 5:55. So it's been about 30 minutes-ish. We were probably at that stop for about 30 minutes. But again, we got dinner, we had bathroom breaks. We did not need to stay 30 minutes at all, but that's the great thing about the charging stations is most of the time they're by a Chipotle or, something good you can eat. Hit 123 kilowatt hours for this trip. So to answer the question of how far we can tow on 100% battery capacity, it looks like 175 miles, which, woo, that's pretty awesome, right?
Pretty good. We're pretty happy with that.
Oh, look, there's a cyber friend. We're very happy with that. Of course, it all depends on the topography, what you're towing, lots of variables. But for us today, 175, we're feeling good. Just dropped the boat off at the marina. Now we're heading back to our house. These are our final stats for our trip. You want to read those off for us, Corey? You're a lot closer.
Sure, no problem. We drove about 194 miles. We expended 139 kilowatt hours of power. So just over an entire full battery on the Cybertruck. And we used about 715 watt hours per mile, which honestly is pretty good. Definitely exceeded met at least my expectations. So
yeah,
I think we're feeling pretty happy about that.
All right, so I think that wraps up our video. Thanks for watching. I hope you
Thanks, guys.
learned something. I hope our experience will help you if you're a Cybertruck owner or considering to tow with a Cybertruck. I guess final thoughts are it exceeded our expectations or met them, maybe a little bit of both, which is great.
I would agree with that. I mean, it's amazing to tow with, so
yeah,
it's really a no-brainer if you're going to be only going short distances.
Totally.
But can definitely go further, which is great to see.
Yeah, I think everyone always wants more range no matter what. That's just reality, and that'll get better and better as the years go by. But yeah, super excited. The experience of driving it was really fun and smooth and easy and great, as Tesla driving always is. And one short charge, really no big deal. So leave any questions you have about our road trip or the experience we had in the comments. Please subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. I've been posting short form videos for 4 years. I have a fairly big audience on other platforms, but am new to YouTube. So any follower and like helps. And we make a lot of videos on EVs and tech. So if you like that kind of stuff, you're going to want to hit subscribe and see what we have coming out next. Bye, guys.
Until next time.